Hey, boys and girls, have you heard the good news? The world is ending. YouTube Analytics says that all of you are going to hell, but luckily, I have created a guide for surviving your impending damnation. You see, John from Bible gave us a detailed description of the end of times, allowing us to make a foolproof plan for surviving. So let's just jump into it. John doesn't tell us when Revelations is gonna go down, just that it definitely is going to happen really soon. Trust me, it was revealed to me in a dream. Additionally, in most denominations, it's considered a sin to predict the end of times, and while all of you are already horrible sinners, it would be prudent to not commit anymore. Luckily, we have a workaround. The Sibylline oracles state that once women stop giving birth, that's wraps. So the solution is really simple. Hide a camera inside a large maternity clinic and monitor birth rates. Eventually, all the mothers will have a stillbirth at the same time, and you can safely proceed into stage 2. This method is so efficient, I am sure the government is already tracking it. But you can't trust the government. So as soon as your personal camera notices the sign, make sure to skedaddle to your bunker. But where is that exactly? We'll get into details later, but ideally you hide yourself inside of a cave somewhere in the southwest United States. Being in a cave is extremely important because the John Bible tells us how to survive one of the calamities. When the sixth seal is broken, rocks are going to fall on everybody. But those within caves will survive and also angrily raise their fists at God. It's imperative that you do all of these steps exactly as stated. Really, if being in a cave negates like 1/3 of the calamities, it's not that problematic if it rains fire, or if light disappears sometimes, or if the sun scorches the earth, or if light disappears all times. We're safely underground, so we should thank John Bible for his tips and tricks. As for provisions, I recommend roughly 90% of it to be Diet Coke. Water is just an absolute no-go. It's gonna get hit by stars, and then turned into wormwood, and then turned into blood. And while the star stuff is not too big of an issue, do not sleep on wormwood. It is freaky. Side note, if you're feeling ironic, you could use wine instead of Diet Coke. Really stick it to the man. But there's a lot of heat and fire during the end of times, so it might not end well. But Augie, I hear you cry. Pathetically, 90% Diet Coke only leaves 10% for food. Ha, you fool. That 10% is actually going to be guns and ammunitions. Food will be delivered to you via the fifth trumpet. Locusts will be released to harass sinners, so the plan is simple. Catch an army of spiders and create a giant web at the entrance to your cave. Enjoy deep-fried locust for the duration of the apocalypse, a delicacy in China. With that, there's only one thing left to avoid for the end of times. It is absolutely imperative that you do not submit to the beast and his kingdom. The beast is actually a metaphor for various powerful empires throughout time, the most recent one for John Bible being the Roman Empire. Fortunately, you are prepared. When the Roman legionnaires come to brand you with the mark of the beast, shoot them with your guns. Do not mince bullets. This is why you chose to base inside the United States. For our glorious Constitution enshrined our right, nay, our duty, to own firearms and eviscerate trespassers without warning. One nation, under God. Not bearing the mark of the beast allows us to sidestep one additional calamity, and also excludes us from the end of times. The apocalypse concludes with a massive battle between the forces of good and evil, in which good will finally prevail and yada yada, boring stuff like that. You won't be in this battle, and while it may be tempting to watch, remember the lessons of the first battle of Bull's Run. Once the dust is settled, heaven and earth will merge and you'll simply sneak into Jerusalem. God will find out, but he can't punish you or anything. All evil has already been defeated. You're good. He'll probably revoke your phone privileges for a month, though. And with that, you've successfully survived the end of times without giving grace to God. Or you could survive and avoid this whole process. Your choice. In summary,
To this question, I'm using a mod in GTA 5 that simulates realistic Los Angeles rush hour traffic.